Bakes. I am Tina Zaccardi, winner of season 4 of the Great American Baking Show, and today we are making cookies. I'll be using my Pasta FRolla dough that I've adapted especially for cookies. This dough is really super easy to put together. The whole thing is done in a food processor, and the ingredients are probably things that you already have in your pantry, like flour, powdered sugar, baking powder, salt, butter, eggs, and a little vanilla extract. So I've already got my flour in the food processor, and we're going to add our powdered sugar to that. We are going to add our baking powder. And you can find the whole recipe at tinazaccardi.com. Next, kosher salt. We're adding a 1/4 teaspoon. And that's it for our dry ingredients. We're going to put the top on and we're going to pulse about 3 or 4 times just to get this all combined. That's it. Okay. The next thing we're going to add is cubed, cold, unsalted butter. And I like using unsalted butter because that way you can control the salt. If all you have is salted butter, just hold back a little on the salt. That's all. So we're going to put this into the food processor, and I like to cube it because it gets it started. Because we want this butter to be in really tiny pieces coated by the flour. And we're going to pulse this about 10 times, and then we're going to take a look at the dough and see how it's doing. We want it to be the consistency of a coarse cornmeal. And we are almost there. There are still some larger pieces of butter that I want to get down and make a little bit smaller. So we're going to pulse this again. And this looks like it's just about perfect. Got nice tiny little pieces, so this is perfect. So we're using 1 egg, and I like to use large. And we're using 1 egg yolk. I like to separate with my hands. I find it is the most efficient way, and just sometimes your hands are your best tools. And there we go. We have 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. And to this, we're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or you can use vanilla bean paste. You can also flavor these cookies with some lemon zest or some orange zest, and I would put that in with the dry ingredients if that's the way you're going to go. We're going to break up these eggs a bit and mix them with that vanilla. I'm going to put the whole thing in here. Make sure we get all the egg out of this bowl. And then we're going to pulse again. And we're going to do that until the dough looks like it's just starting to hold together. You don't want to overmix it. And every time you pulse, just kind of take a look at the dough. Because again, we don't want to have it overmixed. Once you start to see a clump of it holding together, and there we go. This is what we want to see. And that's where we're going to stop. And I'm going to take this whole thing, and I'm just going to dump it right on my counter. Just be careful with the blade. And we're going to start to gather it together with our hands. And we're going to push that all together. We wrapped our dough in some plastic wrap, and we're going to place it in the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours to get it to firm up. And you can keep it there for 2 days if you're not using the dough today. So as you can see, this dough really is super easy to put together. And I'll be coming back and showing you how to use it to make some really great cookies.